Greetings, everyone. It's my great pleasure to present this year's Volunteer Awards. And volunteers are and will always be the heart of our work at the Bruce Trail Conservancy. Today, we get to shine a spotlight on a few of those individuals who have given so much to our Bruce Trail community. I want to start with a special thank you to all the past and present volunteers as we celebrate 60 years of volunteering with the BTC this year, and that's incredible. We had a volunteer celebration this year, and we're lucky enough to get a quote from Philip Gosling, one of our founders, and Philip reads to you all, 60 years ago, with vision and courage, volunteers founded and built the Bruce Trail to last forever. Today, the spirit of volunteering is stronger than ever, and it's time to celebrate the joy of working together. So thank you, Philip, for those kind words, and congratulations and thank you to all of the volunteers. So we're going to start today with the Years of Volunteering Awards. And these awards are in recognition of volunteers serving in Bruce Trail Conservancy specific volunteer roles. And first up, congratulations to Louise Carberry for 10 years of volunteering with the Bruce Trail Conservancy. Louise is a kind, caring, and dedicated volunteer that has helped advance our mission in so many ways. I was lucky enough to be on hand when Louise received her plaque at the BTC office a few weeks ago. And congratulations, Louise. And thank you for your tremendous service and support. Congratulations. Next up, congratulations to Stella Parr for 10 years of volunteering with the Bruce Trail Conservancy. Stella is an incredibly talented Bruce Trail Conservancy volunteer who actually found a way to volunteer from home during the pandemic. And Stella, we miss seeing your smile every week at the Bruce Trail offices, but we're so grateful for your many, many contributions. Congratulations, Stella. Our next winner is Carl Taffel. So congratulations, Carl, on 10 years of volunteering with the Bruce Trail Conservancy. Carl lives and breathes volunteerism for the Bruce Trail and has kindly shared his talents in so many ways. Congratulations, Carl. Thank you for your commitment. You have a lot to be proud of. Next up, we've got congratulations to Vince Vonar for 10 years of volunteering with the Bruce Trail Conservancy. And Vince, again, has done so much to advance our mission and is always ready to help in any way that we ask. Congratulations, Vince, and thank you for your strong commitment to the Bruce Trail Conservancy. And now it's my great honor to present the Ross McLean Volunteer of the Year Award. This award was named in honor of Ross McLean, a longtime volunteer who passed away a few years ago. And Ross was a longtime, committed, dedicated volunteer that really worked hard to help advance and achieve our mission, while at the same time inspiring other volunteers to come forward and help. And this year, the winner of the Ross McLean Volunteer of the Year Award is Brian Cornfield. Congratulations, Brian, on achieving this award. And Brian, you've done so much for our organization and have a great deal to be proud of as well. Here's a snapshot of some of Brian's work. He's done tree plantings on the Russell property and planted over 500 trees. He's helped with some land use agreements for the Bruce Trail Conservancy. He installed and monitored 16 new bird boxes at Split Rock and Russell properties. He helped with the construction of the Brett parking lot. He's done property cleanup and barrier replacements at Pine River Nature Reserve. He's created a simple device to metal plaque poles that help them from being pulled from the ground. And he's also helped with creating some new signage on BTC properties. So he's done so much and helped in so many ways. And lastly, Brian, you personally taught me how to build bird boxes on Bruce Trail Day a few years ago. I'll be forever grateful for your kindness. So congratulations on your award. It's very well deserved. And you have our sincere thanks, Brian. Congratulations. Now I'd like to turn it over to Dave Moole for the Trail Development and Maintenance Awards. Over to you, Dave.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be able to highlight some of the wonderful work that's been done by our trail development and maintenance volunteers over the past year. Your judging committee for the awards this year is Heather Murch, Trail Director of Caledon Hills, Andrew Costley, a former Trail Director of Iroquois, Peter Leaney, one of our trail auditors and a member of both Toronto and Caledon Hills, and myself. We're going to start off with the Tom East Award. This is the one where we focus on building new main trail on our optimum route, getting our trail off roads, or building attractive new side trails which help us to discover and appreciate the beauty of the Niagara Escarpment. So this year we had 5 clubs along the entire length of the trail submit projects for our consideration. Niagara sent in a pair of projects, one at Louth Conservation Area and another one in the town of Grimsby. Toronto, a new side trail near Georgetown. Dufferin Highlands, 2 new side trails on the Pine River Nature Reserve near Kilgore. Sydenham, 2 projects, one some new main trail on Kemble Mountain and another new main trail in the Bayview Escarpment. Finally, the Peninsula, some new main trail near the Devil's Monument and a major revision of the Cape Chin Meadows side trail. So I'm going to start at the south and work my way north. So the first one, the Niagara Club in the Louth Conservation Area. A lovely new, well, actually 2 new side trails, one longer than the other, in the Louth Conservation Area, making good use of all the area that was available there. The Midway and Lower Falls side trails. So a total of 1.8 kilometers of new trails, a very pleasant loop hike with views of the lower Louth Falls, and this was very well built and well blazed. Here are the trailhead signs for each of them. And if you recall from last year, I commented on the trees in Niagara. Once again, the trees were the star of the show, in my opinion. Here's a magnificent shagbark hickory that was on one of these side trails. Now to the main trail in the town of Grimsby. If you can see on the map, Dorchester Drive, that's a subdivision road in which a whole bunch of houses are built along the south edge of the road at the bottom of the Niagara Escarpment. And each of those houses has a backyard that runs up the escarpment right to the top. And we wanted our trail to go through all those backyards. So the Niagara Club went out and did a whole bunch of landowner relations and managed to get a lot of new handshake agreements so that they could place the trail here on the optimum route with lots of escarpment features to be seen. It's difficult terrain. It's a talus slope with a lot of loose rock, but it has some rewards. On the left, you see a fossil, which is sitting in a flat rock right on the trail. We had to step over this in order to take a picture of it. And you can see the steepness of the slope there. And this is challenging walking, but it is the optimum route. It's where we want the trail to be. And so it was great to see this done. Now, the Toronto Club, the new Trafalgar Side Trail. You can see on the map that this forms a large loop to the south of Scottsdale Farm. About 1.6 kilometers of new trail. A lot of it is on newly secured land of the BTC. It connects the Duff Pit Side Trail and the Great Esker Side Trail. So here's the trailhead sign on the left, a small boardwalk that was needed to cross a wet area on private land to the east of Trafalgar Road, and a lot of grassland. So this trail is going to be very maintenance intensive because it's going to require a lot of grass mowing. Very good blazing and signage. And as you can see here, this is perhaps not the most beautiful piece of land along the escarpment. It is a former gravel pit. But the BTC and the Toronto Club in particular are going to be giving this land a lot of TLC. And so it's going to get better as the years go by. So this is actually the trail as it passes through the old Duff Pit. Now moving to Dufferin Highlands, the Pine River Valley and Carl Alexander side trails. So this is on newly secured land of about a year and a half ago. The Pine River Valley side trail was built last year in the summer, and the Carl Alexander Side Trail this year in the summer. And if you recall last year, Carl Alexander was the winner of the Susan Oleskovich Award, and he was instrumental in the securement of these properties. So it's very appropriate that the side trail be named after Carl. 3.9 kilometers of new trail, exploring the lovely terrain here in the Pine River Valley. It's well built and well blazed, really nice terrain, a lot of hardwood bush. The construction of the trails in here is not just to provide more hiking opportunities, but it's also part of the stewardship program that the Dufferin Highlands Club is doing, because these properties, before they were acquired by the BTC, were badly abused by ATV riders and big truck drivers. And so part of the program is to get hikers out there and make appropriate use of the land, so that the ATVers and mud truck cowboys don't feel that they own this land anymore, because they don't, we do. Now moving to Sydenham. Two projects, the first one on Campbell Mountain, the acquisition of a small parcel of land enabled the club to build a new section of main trail right along the top edge of the escarpment. And a former piece of main trail, which was quite difficult and challenging on the slope below, has been converted to the Tumbled Rocks Side Trail. And it's a very well-named piece of side trail, a great example of cambering along the escarpment. Lots and lots of big chunks of escarpment rock have fallen down and perch themselves on the slope below. This is also a fairly challenging piece of trail to walk, but if you want to see escarpment features, it's a great place to go. And here's the new main trail along the top edge of the escarpment there. Now moving over to the Bayview Escarpment over towards Meaford, another new piece of BTC land enabled the club to build new main trail on the optimum route, and also to create a small side trail on a former bush road or logging road on the property. So we've got about 1 kilometer of new main trail, about a half a K of new side trail forming a loop. And the club used their sense of humor in naming the side trail. As they were out there working and just finishing up the trail, they heard detonations or explosions coming from the direction of a CFB Meaford artillery range. And they said, let's call this the Kaboom Side Trail. So here it is. Again, some great escarpment features to be seen here. New trail on the left, and the former bush road converted to trail on the right. And here the club is attempting to block access from the big mud truckers that were previously using the property. Well constructed, nicely blazed, and there's some great views from here. Finally, we're up in the peninsula. You'll recall the spectacular reroute that was done by the Peninsula Club on the Cape Chin property last year. Because that property was so big, it also enabled the club to do a significant reroute on the old main trail. The main trail used to go across a cattle pasture and along the Cape Chin North Road. Now it's been moved inland into some very nice terrain. So the Cape Chin Meadows Side Trail now goes through quite a bit of forest, actually, and over a lot of dolostone pavement. So typical peninsula footing, lots of rock, lots of little crevices, which I believe are called grikes, and dolostone pavement. And then moving a little further to the north, vicinity of Devil's Monument, a section of new main trail again on the optimum route and on property that was secured about 2 years ago by the BTC. So this removes about 670 meters of trail from Borchardt Road and utilizes both our secured property and an adjacent piece of Ontario government land. This was a challenging section of trail to build because it had a lot of small trees and shrubs that needed to be cut. And it's, death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. An awful lot of work to be done to build trail through this type of terrain. And I had to include this photo of the blaze on the right. This is an absolutely perfect blaze. I wish all the blazes on the Bruce Trail looked like this one. Okay, so time to announce the winner. And the winner is the Niagara Club for the reroute off of Ridge Road, as well as the new side trails at Louth. The Ridge Road one was particularly important because it took 670 meters of main trail off a very busy paved road. And the Louth Lower Falls Trail, very enjoyable, very scenic, and both of them very well built and maintained. So congratulations to Rick Waters and his team of trail builders in Niagara for a job very well done. Now, moving to the Philip and Jean Gosling Award. This one, donated by Dr. Philip Gosling some years ago, focuses on environmental conditions along the trail. And we had 2 submissions this year, one from Iroquois and one from Blue Mountains. The Iroquois submission is within Crawford Lake Conservation Area. And what it did was it took a piece of former side trail, the Canyon Bypass side trail, which was famous for being very wet, very muddy, all kinds of drainage problems on this section of former side trail. And they converted it to main trail. The old main trail, which was a difficult one to maintain as well, was abandoned and closed. So the club went in and did major work on the treadway, installed drainage ditches along the uphill side, and a large number of wooden box culverts crossing the trail and taking the water to the downhill side. And here you can see 2 of our judges, Heather and Peter, on the site. And here's the end view of one of the wooden box culverts that was built by the Iroquois Club. So this was a fairly short section of trail, only a little over 100 meters, but there was an awful lot of work involved in making that conversion. And the Iroquois Club did a great job on it. And then in Blue Mountains, about 2 years ago, it was noticed that the bridge over the Noisy River was beginning to lean precipitously, to the extent that everyone was worried it was going to tip right over and fall into the river. So for a period of time, the Noisy River Bridge was closed, and the club undertook to design and build a new structure over the bridge, over the river. So this is the result. 2 45-foot long telephone poles were brought in, placed on new footings at either side of the river. And to the left of the new footings, you can see the old footings. And if you look carefully, you can see how those footings had tilted to one side. And that was the problem with the old bridge. So here's the new bridge looking from one end to the other. And then the photo on the right shows this was the remains of the old bridge. They took the old telephone poles and all the deck boards and placed them on the ground on the approaches to the new bridge because it was a wet area that required a boardwalk. So the old bridge became a boardwalk approaching the new bridge. And the winner is the Blue Mountains Club for that bridge. And here you can see Linda Finley, their trail director, and Dick Edwards, who was the driving force behind the construction of that bridge. Okay, finally to the Susan Oleskovich Award, this one for an individual trail volunteer that has shown dedication and commitment to the trail over many years. Two excellent nominees this year. One, Dick Edwards of the Blue Mountains Club, and the other, Klaus Truderum from Iroquois. So Dick in the Blue Mountains Club began in the mid-1990s, has been involved in all aspects of club operations, but he specialized in trail building and structures, also did significant work in landowner relations, hike leading, land stewardship, and most recently organized the construction of that Noisy River Bridge that we just gave an award to. Klaus Truderum, trail director of the Iroquois Club from 2007 to 2009, organized work parties twice weekly. He excelled at welcoming and training new trail workers and mentored them in their work. He was also excellent at design and construction of structures, a couple of examples being the Grindstone Creek Bridge and the Leech Porter Boardwalk, which is adjacent to Crawford Lake and Rattlesnake Point. So both excellent candidates. The winner this year is Dick Edwards. So congratulations to Dick. There he is receiving the big award and the little one that he can take home and hang on his wall. And that's it for me. Thank you very much.
And now we'd actually like to highlight some club volunteer awards. So some of the BTC clubs recognize outstanding volunteers at their events throughout the year and within their own club and have their own club awards. We wanted to share some of those highlights with you today. From Niagara, we've got the Niagara Bruce Trail Club Lifetime Volunteer Award went to Vince Bonar, who just also won the 10 years of service at Bruce Trail Conservancy. Congratulations, Vince. We've got a Niagara Club Volunteer of the Year Award to Alan Laver. So congratulations, Alan, and thanks for your tremendous work over there in Niagara. Also in Niagara, we've got Jacques Bollard with the Unsung Hero Award. So congratulations to you. In Iroquois, the Volunteer of the Year Award went to Peter Rumble. And Peter, it's a great pleasure. We're so grateful for all the things that you do. Also, the Trail Maintenance Award went to Terry Calder. So Terry, congratulations to you. Very well deserved. The Hiking Award from Iroquois went to Ruth Moffett. And Ruth is certainly no stranger to hiking the Bruce Trail. Congratulations, Ruth. We're grateful for your many, many contributions and all the work that you do. And then the Friends of the Trail Award that Iroquois gave out this year was to Maple Hill Tree Service for all of the work that they've done in helping around the Bruce Trail. Okay, and over to the Toronto section, we have the Nina Carlisle Award that went to Rosemary Mitter. Congratulations, Rosemary. It's incredible. Congratulations on the Ton Bardis Award to David Rowney. So congratulations, David. That's an honor to receive that reward. Over in the Caledon Hills section, we have the Caledon Hills Bruce Trail Club Ribbon of Wilderness Award went to Diane McKenzie. So congratulations to you, Diane. That's wonderful. The Isabel East Award went to Andre Zurich, and Andre, thanks for all your many contributions to both the Bruce Trail and also to the Caledon Club. The Barry Westhouse Award went to Sandra Green. Congratulations, Sandra. That's really exciting. And then the Lawrence Christie Biodiversity Award went to Richard Smythe and Gary Hall, who have done so much to help advance biodiversity and how we think about the health of our properties along the Bruce Trail Conservancy Conservation Corridor. So congratulations to all those recipients. Okay, and over to the Beaver Valley section, we've got the Keith Solomon Award, and the recipient was Jamie Ufton. So congratulations, Jamie, and thanks for your incredible work there. And then over in the Peninsula section, we have the John Appleton Porcupine Award that went to Doug Hill. And Doug, thanks for your tremendous work at the Barrow Bay Staircase and all the other things you do, but really grateful to all the recipients of all the awards at the clubs, and glad that we were able to share that with you today. Okay, next up, I just wanted to end with thanking every single Bruce Trail volunteer. Every single one of you does so much, and we couldn't exist without your love, without your passion, without your talents. So sincere thanks from me, from all of the members, from all the staff, from all the board. Just thanks for all you do and all the ways that you contribute to our mission. We're very, very grateful. And let's keep volunteerism going for another 60 years. Thank you so much.